Hey guys, today we're going to talk about this Alfawise B3000 Robo Vacuum. If you're watching this today, you're probably curious about these things as to how good they work, are they worth the money, and can the inexpensive ones really be worthwhile? This one is the least expensive Robo Vacuum on Gearbest. It's around like high 80s right now. Of course, prices are going to change depending on sales and coupons and all that stuff. It comes with a couple accessories, and hopefully through the miracle of my newfound editing skills, you'll start to see some pictures and video kind of showing up here as I talk. It comes with some extra brushes. It comes with a mopping attachment, which lets you either dry mop or wet mop, which is probably my least favorite attachment. Has a removable dustbin, filter, all that stuff, spare brushes, and everything. This thing has some very interesting algorithms to it that let you clean just in a general sense, or spot clean and all that, just like many other vacuums. It also is capable of finding home on its own, which I did not think would actually happen, but it does. It has a really interesting algorithm that will basically start at the outside and find the outside wall and go around in circles until it finds your charger, which is really neat. I have had it get lost once or twice. I did find it, kind of battery dead under the couch a couple of times, but considering how much we've been using this, which is pretty much every single day since we've had it, its accuracy on finding its way home, I'd say, is probably like 80 or 90%. As far as quality, guys, this thing picks up quite a bit. Every time we use it, we're emptying out the dustbin, and there is plenty. I guess the big thing to say is this is never really going to completely and totally erase your vacuum. You're still going to need it. You're still going to have to vacuum. What this is going to do is help that kind of daily maintenance. If you have kids, pets, something like that, this is something you can set and go and walk away. Oftentimes what happens is I leave in the morning and my wife gets up like about an hour later. When I walk out the door, I'll turn this on, and usually it's just finishing up around the time when she gets up. Battery on it, depending on where it is, whether it's on carpets or this kind of floor, seem like they can last anywhere from like an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes, so quite a bit of time. It does need it because the algorithm for searching is not perfect. It's going to do a lot of crisscrossing across your floors, and it's going to take time. A decent sized room is going to take 20-30 minutes for this thing to clean up. It is kind of neat because it does have a touchscreen display, which you'll see here. You pretty much touch your center clean button. It gives you your spot cleaning, plan, which is a timed mode. Clean just turns it on, and then your home, which will have it go find home. Your dustbin is here, which empties out, filter inside, all that. The wet mop attachment's already attached underneath. In front you have your bumpers and all that, which prevent this thing from smashing into things and going over cliffs. I did find it to be pretty smart. It does avoid obstacles very well. It has gotten caught under the couch a few times. You can see there's a couple little scuff marks, where it has got caught under the couches and all that. But overall, guys, this thing has done a lot to help with the never-ending mess of cookie crumbs that little kids tend to leave behind. So, what else is there to say? Value-wise, I don't have a more expensive unit to compare this to, but I can say without a shadow of a doubt, both me and my wife are in 100% agreement that this is like the greatest thing ever. If this broke today, we would go out and buy another one. In fact, we would probably go out and buy a more expensive one with a few more features. But my wife likes this even more than I do because it does, after the kids eat breakfast and I get them off in the morning, she gets up. And, I don't always have time to vacuum before I go to work. I'm busy up in the morning getting the kids up, getting them on the bus, doing all that. She sleeps in because she works till usually midnight or 1 every day. And, it's kind of nice for her to be able to wake up to a clean house, especially if the kids make a mess of breakfast, we're rushing, we're trying to get out the door in a hurry. You don't really have time to pull out the vacuum and do all that. I can literally just hit that button twice, boom, boom, walk away, and I'm good. So as I said, accuracy is pretty good. It finds home. It does a pretty good job cleaning up. It's going to miss spots, guys. It's not perfect by any means. To say this thing's perfect and your floor is going to be spotless is just complete and total lie. I don't think there's any robo vacuum that's ever going to make your floor completely spotless. But as far as just general maintenance and getting the worst of it, this thing definitely will. Very handy for a person who is in a rush, on the move, all that stuff. So overall, I could say I'm very pleased with this thing and how it works. Like I said, we would definitely replace this. Quiet as far as how loud this is. I've run this thing while the baby's sleeping. It doesn't wake the baby up. It's pretty quiet. It's not overly loud. It doesn't crash into things. It doesn't really do much. It does occasionally shout some Chinese at you, which is interesting because it will say like cleaning and all that, but sometimes it will just say something in Chinese and I just have no clue what it's trying to tell me. Sometimes I wonder if it's like Skynet in there trying to take over. Just not quite 100% sure. So real quick, we're going to kind of show you the other side of this. So as I mentioned, there are the bumpers in the front. And the wheels, you can hear, have that kind of clicky noise to them. Those are because they are... That is what keeps it from falling. These are the brushes that brush it in towards the vacuum. This is that mop. That just snaps on and off. There is under the mop, this is held on by Velcro under there. There is a little channel where you can fill this up with water or cleaning solution. It really doesn't work that great as a wet mop. It just feeds via gravity, so it's really not the best. So after all this time, these brushes are getting a little ratty, but they're still in good shape. You can see a little dusty under here because I was just filming my spot cleaning video. So you can see it's got quite a bit of junk right here. So we'll turn this on real quick with the microphone on so you can kind of hear, and we'll let you see a little cleanup. It's not that loud. It does a very good job cleaning things up, and this thing should. Now at this point it's going to kind of turn around. Hopefully I can block it and make it come back. It will push items out of the way, and now it's gone. So we'll cut and we will